This video, sponsored by Envato Elements. Hey everyone, welcome back to my After Effects tutorial. Today, we are going to create this. In case you don't want to follow this tutorial, you can download this project file, as well as the logo intro sound from the link in the description. So let's get started. Open After Effects and create a new composition. I am calling it Liquid Logo Animation. As always, I am using the 1920 by 1080 resolution, at 30 frames per second. And my duration is 10 seconds longer. You are free to use your own settings. Now create a new solid layer, and call it the background. Let's use this white-purple shade as the background, and then hit OK. Now make sure to unselect any selected layer, then go to the tools, and select the pen tool. Please note, my fill is set to none, and my stroke is set to a solid color. I am using this pink-red color for the stroke. You are free to use any color you want. Also, I am keeping my stroke thickness to 125 pixels. Now we are going to create a path for our liquid drop, something like this. Before proceeding further, make sure to zoom out a little, then click here to add your first anchor point. Now click at this position, and then start making a path like this. This line does not have to be perfect, because we will fix it in the next step. Let's finish the line, and place this last anchor point away from the composition frame. Now select the Move tool by pressing V on your keyboard, then click on the anchor point, and adjust its curves. Try to make it as smooth as possible, so that the animation will look better. I am speeding up this process to save some time. Fit it 100%, and now we are moving to the next step. Before moving to the next step, let's take a look at today's sponsor. Design video products faster, with Envato Elements. Get unlimited downloads, After Effects template, stock footage, fonts, music files, web templates, and more. Visit the Envato Elements. Check the first link in the description. Let's rename this layer as Line 01. Then open this layer, and click on this Add button. Here, choose Trim Paths. Now open the Trim Paths option, and change the end value to a lower number. I am using the value of 10%. Now our stroke is no longer visible. We just need to change the offset value to a higher number, and the stock will be visible. Let's minimize the Trim Paths option, and open Shape 1. Now open Stroke, and right at the bottom, we will find this Taper option. Please note, this option is only available in the newer version of After Effects, so make sure to upgrade your version to the latest one. Now open the Taper option, and change the start length value to 100%. It will add this taper at the end of our stroke. But we have a problem. My stroke looks like a triangle. Let's fix it. Just change the line cap to a round cap, and now it will look like a liquid drop. For animating this liquid drop, all we need to do is just change the value of the offset, and the drop will move according to this path. But I have a problem here. At this position, my path is not smooth. Because of that, it is having this corner. So let's fix it. First, grab the pen tool by pressing the G on your keyboard, and then zoom in a little, and then press and hold the Alt, or Option key on your keyboard, and click on its anchor point to make it a smooth curve. Place it like this, and now the path is much smoother. Let's animate this liquid drop now. Go to the first frame position, and change the offset value to 0 degrees. And add a keyframe on it. Then go to around 3-second position, and change the offset angle to a higher number, so that the drop moves away from our frame. Check the animation, and this is how it looks now. Cool. Now select both keyframes, right-click on it, go to the keyframe assistant, and easy ease them. Now open Graph Editor, and in case your graph does not look like this, then right-click here, and choose Edit Speed Graph. Now grab the Move tool, by pressing V on your keyboard, and change the curves to something like this. Check the animation, and this is how it looks now. Let's change the curves a little more. And this time it is looking much better. Switch back to the main timeline, and now we are moving to the next step. Now we are creating small droplets around this liquid shape, so minimize this layer to get some room, and then make a duplicate of it. I am calling it drops. Now press U to open keyframes, and place this layer to the right a little, so that it will start after a few frames later. Now open this layer, and then trim paths. Here change the end value to 5%, to make the stroke smaller. Now open Shape 1, and then Stroke. Here change the stroke width value to 20, and it will create a tiny drop around our main drop. Check the animation, and this is how it looks now. Nice. But we don't need to show it all the time, so let's do this. Add a keyframe on the trim path's end value, and then place this keyframe a few frames forward. Now change the end value to 0%. Then go to a few frames forward, then select this keyframe, copy it, and paste it right here. Again go to a few frames forward, copy the first keyframe, and paste it at this position. Check the animation, and this is how it looks now. Now select all keyframes, press and hold the Alt or Option key on your keyboard, and drag it to the left, to decrease the distance between these keyframes. It will make the animation a little faster. Check the animation, and this is how it looks now. Not bad. Let's grab the end keyframe, and place it to the left to make the end a little faster. Again select all keyframes, right-click on it, go to the keyframe assistant, and easy ease them. Cool. Now select this layer once again, and make a duplicate of it. This time, change its scale value to a smaller number. And drag it to the left a little. I am keeping a scale value of 90%, and also changing the stroke width value to 10 pixels, just to make it more dynamic. Cool. Now press U to minimize all layers, and then we are moving to the next step. Select all shape layers, right-click on it, and choose Pre-compose. I'm calling it Liquid 01. Make a duplicate of this layer, and call it Liquid 02. Now select the Liquid 02 layer, then go to the Effects and the Presets, and search for the Fill effect. Apply it to the layer, and then change the fill color to a different one. I am using this dark purple color. You are free to use any color you want. Let's place this layer a few seconds forward. But first, right-click on it, go to the Transform, and choose Flip Horizontal. It will flip this layer horizontally. Not bad. Again right-click on it, go to the Transform, and this time choose Flip Vertical. It will flip the second drop position. You can try any direction you want, I am just showing you the way, destiny is yours. Let's place it a few seconds forward, so that they both appear at a different time. My first liquid layer goes out, and then the second liquid layer comes in. This looks good to me. Now we are going to create the transition. Create a new solid layer, and call it Fill. Now grab this color picker, and choose the color of the first liquid shape. Again go to the effects and the preset, and this time search for the CC Radial Scale Wipe. Apply it onto the layer, and this is how it will work. So just click on this reverse transition option, and then grab this center point, and click on this top left corner. I am changing the completion value to around 100%, so that I can see my frame clearly. The center point values will be 0 and 0. Now add a keyframe on the completion, then go to the 3-second position, and change the completion value to 0%. Check the animation, and this is how it will look now. Now select both keyframes, and ease them as well. Then open Graph Editor, and change the curves to something like this. And this is how it will look now. Not bad. Let's grab this Fill 01 layer, and place it right above the background layer, so that it won't cover our liquid shapes. Now select the Fill layer, and make another duplicate of it. This time I am going to place it right after the violet layer, so drag it to the right, to match the timing with the purple drop layer. Make sure you can see the keyframes, so that you can adjust the timing easily. Now grab the center point of this layer, and click right here. The exact value will be 1920 and 1080. And it will align the center point to the corner of our frame. Now go to the layer, and click on Solid Setting. Here grab this color picker, and pick this violet color for Fill 2. Hit OK, and this is how it will look now. Now, all we need to do is adjust the timing of the animation, so let's do it quickly. I am also decreasing the transition timing, by bringing the keyframes closer. Check the animation, and this is how it looks now. Cool. It's time to add our logo. Import your logo into the project, and then place it on top of all layers. My logo size is a little bigger, so I am changing its scale value to a smaller number. By the way, you can also use the text instead of the logo if you need it. Now select this Fill 2 layer, and make a duplicate of it. Place it on top of all layers, and then we are going to use the track matte for the logo layer. In case this track matte option is not available here, press F4 to switch between. In case your F4 key is not doing work as I am, then right-click here, go to the columns, and choose Switches and Modes, because we are going to need them. Now change the track matte to the alpha matte, and the logo will only appear after the violet layer fills the screen. We can make the logo appearance a little bit interesting, by adding a few keyframes on the rotation and position. So make sure to open the rotation, by pressing R, and then press Shift P to open the position together. Now add a keyframe on them, and change the rotation value to -10 degrees, as well as the position by value to 500 pixels. Then zoom into your timeline, to see the 15 frames distance. Then go to the 5 frames forward, and change the position value to 580 pixels. Then next 5 frames position, change the value to 530. Next 5 frames later, change the value to 560, and so on. Add around 6 keyframes, and for the last keyframe, keep the position value of 540 pixels. Adjust the distance between all of them. Let's go to the second keyframe position, and change the rotation value to 0 degrees. Mark the work area timing by pressing the B for the beginning, and N for the end. Now select all keyframes, right-click on them, go to the keyframe assistant, and ease them. Check the animation and this is how it looks now. Not that attractive. All we need to do just increase the timing between these keyframes, and the animation will look fine. Check the animation, and this is how it looks now. Cool. Let's open the graph editor, and your graph should look like this. All we need to do just increase the keyframes distance by holding the Alt or Option key on your keyboard, and adjust their position. And it will look much better. Not bad. Now go to the first keyframe position, and change the rotation value to -30 degrees. And then on the second rotation keyframe, change the value to 20 degrees. I'm going to place this second keyframe right here. And then the third keyframe position, let's change the rotation value to 0 degrees for now, to see how it looks, if we add all the rotation keyframes. Check the animation, and this is creating this wiggle type of look. This is looking much better. Let's add more keyframes, to complete this step. In case this keyframe step was confusing for you, then let me know in the comments, I will make a separate video on it. Adjust the timing if required, and now we are done. Check the animation, and this is how it looks now. Thank you for watching this tutorial, I will see you in the next one. Till then, good luck, and peace.